Hey there, Heather, ho there, it's Jeff Cutter Diamonds welcoming you to another video on my YouTube channel. Now, this is unusual because it's not really a sports video or a Degrassi video or a lot of my series I did. A couple years ago, I did a couple of videos due to the Ryan Haywood thing from Let's Play and, the allegations of him grooming a young woman and all that. Now, I don't know much what how has happened, but yeah, Ryan's public image was just sharply declining, and Let's Play basically cut him loose. Well, I would have cut him loose too. So, yeah, and then of course, all these allegations and all that. I haven't heard much about what happened the past few years, or do I want to? No, I don't. So, basically, my collection of Let's Play stuff, I try my best to have stuff that doesn't have Ryan centric in it because, Ryan just failed as a person and all that. Ryan to me was the second most liked uh, Let's Player that I liked. Of course, Jeff Ramsey's number one because, his name is kind of like my name. And, Jeff came back from oblivion. And, I found Let's Play in like 2017 or 18. I think it was 2018 when, I was having a rough patch with things in my life. But yet again, there was another channel that I loved watching the past like 5 years. And, now it's in disarray because of allegations. And that's the Runaway Guys. I randomly selected a folder on my laptop of stuff. It's a TRG, and that's the Runaway Guys and all that. So, for those of you who don't know what the Runaway Guys is, was it is a YouTube channel that does playthroughs of a lot of Nintendo games and all that, like Mario Party. Their Mario Party series, like they've gone through Mario Parties 1 to 8, I think, and they even went through Mario Party DS or something like that. But yeah, but of course that channel now is in disarray because of one of the three main leads and misconduct. So Proton John, Nintendo Capri Sun, and ChuggaConroy are the three guys. Proton John I grew close to because Proton John was from Canada. He resides in Calgary and he's an old guy like myself. I believe Proton John is a 1985 guy like myself. Or no, that's Tim, isn't it? Regardless of that, yeah, I think Tim's 1985, and John's like 1990, wasn't he? Well, regardless of that, and then Nintendo Capri Sun with Tim and his bathroom humor and all that. But of course, the one I grew close was ChuggaConroy. So just a quick talk about who ChuggaConroy was. Well, his name is Emilio Rodolfo Rosales Piero, born April 8th, 1990. So he's just under 5 years younger than me. Well, 4 years and 364 days younger than I am. Known as Emilio Rosales and Chugga for short. A YouTuber, internet personality, let's player. Informative commentary, and a lot of stuff. He started his online career in 2008. His walkthrough on lots of Nintendo games like Mother, Super Mario, Legend, Zelda, Pikmin, Pokemon, and Xenoblade. He basically shows every aspect he could, every item, boss battle, side quest, and Easter egg possible. At its peak, his YouTube channel had 1.25 million subscribers and 1.24 billion views. He's a founder member of the Runaway Guys with Proton John and Nintendo Capri Sun. Various multiplayer like Mario Party Wheel of Fortune, that's right, phone controllers, live game show events, and live streams for charity. He was a native of Phoenix and then moved to Atlanta, where he's resided for many years. All that he actually, I think it was random or something like that. But yeah, ChuggaConroy, 2006. He would do a lot of things. He actually had a YouTube account suspended because of false copyright claims, but it was restored. Yeah, anyway. Nintendo had targeted several of his videos to do with footage of their games, but they later ceased doing so. So yeah, he's done, of course, the Runaway Guys and all that commentary, he would swear a lot, and it would be funny. You know, the Runaway Guys, the collaborate Let's Play with Jonathan Wheeler and Timothy Bishop and all that, and they would collaborate too. You know, throwing controllers, which was great. They even did it in Hamilton a couple times. To stream for direct relief, you know, the yearly Runaway Guys and Family thingy and all that. So he's had some great public image and photography, and so he knows what to do and all that. But unfortunately, the Runaway Guys has faltered. Well, Chugga has done pretty well for himself. So he's had some copyright issues, but you know, that's okay. Unfortunately, though, Chugga got himself into a whole lot of trouble. By January 2024, multiple misconduct allegations emerged against Emil. Most of these allegations had uncomfortable behavior on Emil's part, mostly revolving discussion of shoes. Well, I want to interject and say that, well, yeah, he's got some uncomfortable behavior because his issues, like the way he talks and all that, you know, it's weird conversation and all that. So anyway, you know, his early lives. French Mexican descent. 4 siblings that died as miscarriages. Yikes. And he almost died at 6 months old. So anyway, Emil's family left his family when Emil was young. Yeah. He was assaulted as a child and all that. He was terrible and all that. Yeah, so he had a lot of things going on and a lot of stuff. So, anyway, the misconduct allegations. So, the earliest incident was 2010 and scattered till 2023. The allegations started after a video essayist, sorry if I can not say that name. Lady Emily said that Emil had persistently attempted to initiate erotic foot footage roleplay with her despite her disinterest. Yuck. While Emil did make a full apology to Emily 7 days later, the initial allegations led to Emil's ex-girlfriend, Massey, saying that Emil had repeatedly made her feel uncomfortable and pushed boundaries with her. A similar allegation was made by Ant Dude, who said that Emil repeatedly sent off-putting texts to his girlfriend, Miss Bushi, but Nick Gendro Capuson, aka Tim, said that was a misunderstanding. And there was evidence of a sexual online chat with a 15-year-old fan when he was 19. Obviously, at the age of consent. Proton John is a 1985er. November 1985, so I'm older than him. So anyway, prior to the allegations, Emil had gone to therapy for several months as he knew that he had problems and was trying to fix on them. And lost a lot of subscribers and all of that, and the Runaway Guys had to go on an indefinite hiatus. Harmful to Emil's health. He lost 8 pounds in a week, developed internal bleeding, and was in the EMR twice for blood loss. Yikes. His existing health issues were worsened by the situation. Emil had thoughts about ending his own life and called the state suicide prevention hotline. And he kept away from online under doctor's orders, staying with his girlfriend for a few months until the heat cooled down, continuing therapy. Basically, he was supported by his girlfriend, his mother, and best friend, Nacho Cruz's son. Of course, there's one person missing, that's Proton John. So, of course, interactions with Lolly, that's the problem. I mean, from January to August 2010, Emil had conversations on AIM, like with a 15-year-old fan known as Lolly. Talked about a lot of things and all that. Conversations about mothers. But it was role play between the two of them, removal of shoes and boots. And Emil writing, I'm going to you. To the misspelling of Lolly writing, I rap my songs, but he thought it's I my songs. To show, of course, they stayed in contact for years. including participating in Discord conversation in 2021. Unfortunately, though, well, of course, the introduction with Antuit and Miss Fushi Gaming. Prior to the pandemic in 2020, Emil wanted to do a collaboration with Antuit, and they planned it out on Discord. So, anyway, Fushi can't come to hang out with them, and Emil stopped responding. Antuit took this to mean that if Emil stopped responding, he didn't want to do it anymore because she couldn't come. It was a lot of misunderstandings. But anyway, there would be a lot of problems and all that. Emil's cat doing all that. Fushi and all that. Of course, interactions with Lady Emily sent Emily a message on Twitter in 2022 saying, "You have an excellent way of delivering information that doesn't come up biased, all with likable personality." Emily responds saying this means they would interact with each other and all that. And then Emily uploaded a selfie, zoomed into her shoes in the background saying, "Nice sneakers. Feet are too darn big," and all that. Yeah, his fascination with shoes. It was all about role play. Anyway, yeah. There was a lot of statements and all that. But yeah, with Lady Emily and all that, being creepy and all that. So lots of things to do with his stuff. And of course, one of the worst things with me is his relationship with Massey, because Chugga dated Massey for 10 years and were engaged to be married, but it fell apart in 2021. And every video they were together, and Emil was her boyfriend. So anyway, Chugga wanted to share the engagement, but Massey said no, but Chugga said respected her wishes. They had a difficult breakup and all that. Well, I would. Lots of statements about fetishes and all that. Massey said that Chugga made her feel uncomfortable, pushed boundaries with her during their relationship. So, anyway, she received several apologies from Chugga, but says that hung hollow and all that. She was tired of hearing of it. Lolly, of course, making those statements and all that. Emil did respond to Lady Emily's allegations January 16th, saying, "Hey, I want to say I'm sorry to Emily and to our community. I apologize for my mistake of overstepping the boundaries of our friendship, causing her to be hurt in the process. This will not happen again." Emil actually pulled out a magfist so he could make a better apology later. And then, Emil posted his full response. Verbally apologized to her and discouraged his hate towards Emily. Said he went to therapy because of her action. How hurt she was by his actions and all that. Emil made a lot of statements and all that. So, anyway, made a statement and all that, covering how, well, he made several statements. April 2024, he had 19. He said that he had childhood trauma associated as a child, saying unable to enjoy sex until his adult life. Well, I may not know why I sent little I am 14 years ago. I know what state my body and mind were in. And says that he's never assaulted or threatened anyone. And then he said he visited the mental ward and said he had developed internal bleeding from stress due to the allegations. He had 2 trips to the ER. He had suicide thoughts over it. It was put in a mental ward. Says that getting out of the psych ward, he wanted to live with his girlfriend, praises her for her health. And he hated himself and all that. So anyway, he didn't know what happened. And then massive aftermath saying April 18, 2024, Massey said that she and Emil were engaged and that keeping it private was a mutual decision. And Chugga wanted interest in making it public, but Massey was hesitant because of social pressure and all that. And he was respectful of that. Yeah, there's no ill will towards it, all that. So anyway, Emil actually attended an Atlanta soccer game. And then June 18th, he was in a Nintendo Direct reaction video alongside Tim, his first video appearance since mostly trying to clear his name from the discussion allegations. Of course, he's done a lot of Let's Plays and all that. And so, anyway, yeah. Chugga tries his best and all that. Of course, now you know what's going on misconduct. But of course, now you're going to be figuring one key element that's missing. And the key element is, what about Proton John? What has he done? Well, by my guess, Proton John has distanced himself from Chugga. Like, it's a personal choice, and understandably why Proton John won't do it. It's nothing against Canadian gamers and all that. Despite him being Canadian like yours truly, I respect Proton John's stuff to keep away from Chugga. Chugga did a lot of bad things and all that. Well, of course, the Runaway Guys basically killed off their YouTube channel and all that, which is sad because, they did the Nintendo DS Mario Party stuff, which was great. And seeing Proton John just lose his shit and all that made me laugh in a sense. And, Chugga getting his luck again. But all I got to say is that Chugga did wrong and he's trying to fix the situation. A lot of people don't want to admit their own wrongdoings and all that. I know Ryan Hayward probably didn't want to admit it as much. He said that it was misconstrued. But Chugga came full out and said, hey, you know what? I did this wrong. Now, don't get me wrong. I really wanted to do a reaction about Chugga and all that for months, but I kept forgetting. So practically this is what I'm doing from the heart. Now, there's one element about Chugga that doesn't get talked about. And I want to talk about because Chugga and I share one common thing. Well, I share one common thing with all three Runaway Guys. One, Proton John being Canadian. That's all what I am. Two, Nintendo Capri Sun and Tim like being an old fogey. Because I think Tim was born in 1980. And number three is Chugga because Chugga is kind of autistic. It's been hinted at many times, but I think his autism was huge. And the fact of the matter of his autism was that, it explains his weirdness and all that. People with autism do have issues expressing themselves and all that. It's not just their smarts that gets pulled in question, it's their emotional attachments and all that. Speaking as someone who's autistic himself, I can tell you that Chugga's behaviors kind of make sense to me and all that. I'm not the best guy either in a lot of respects too. Like, at least with Chugga, he's found a girlfriend and he's, he had kept it for 10 years and all that. Yeah, there was some messiness, but at least he did that. Me, on the other hand, not really. I haven't really had a relationship with girls and all that. The only girls I really liked growing up, like four of them, all four of them are married, I believe. And I think three of them have kids, one doesn't. And I keep my distance from them. Like, I'm friends with one of them on Facebook. One of them, I'm actually friends with her brother, but I never ask about her personally. And one I actually found out about a month ago being on a local Kitchener report because her son is this 9-year-old guitar virtuoso who's played some local shows in Kitchener and, you know, off to Portugal to do some street performing. And then he'll have his own show in September. Like, because because when they did the promo package, I recognized her. I'm like, I think I know that girl. But yeah, I've not really communicated with her. I kind of want to keep it on the down low and all that. I don't want to be creepy and all that shit. But yeah, Chugga for autism and all that. Like, yeah, it makes sense. He's autistic and all that. You know, yours truly is autistic and having weird feelings and cannot, like, you know, be emotional, and cannot, like, reach some kind of, like, thing. Like, you can kind of guess with me is that I have troubles expressing myself and all that. And Chugga probably did too. But the fact of the matter is, yes, Chugga did terribly. And I believe he's trying to fix himself. But know this, people with autism are not sexually deprived freaks and all that. Not all autistic people are like Chugga and, you know, weird with foot fetishes and all that bullshit and all that. We may have our problems expressing ourselves and our range of emotions and range of being smart and all that. But know this, we're not weird. We're wonderful people. If you get to know us better, you would. I'm not going to yell at Chugga like I'm yelling at Ryan Haywood because Ryan betrayed me in a sense. I don't have a lot of Runaway Guys stuff. I watch the compilations and all that and put them on my laptop. But the fact of the matter is, Chugga, you know, I hope you get better. I hope things get better. I know that Proton John doesn't want to be around you. That's fair enough. And Nintendo Capri Sun does. But know this, I'm still going to be a Runaway Guys fan, and I'm going to love Runaway Guys. And, you know, Chugga's weird events, and Mario Party Luck, and 5, 5, 5, 5. I'm still going to remember all the good times and all that. It's like Ryan. Like, you know, Ryan, I hate and all that. But, you know, Ryan, known for his bip, as in mini golf on Jeff. And a few moments like, oh, I know Wu-Tang. And then Jeff says, I need that as a WAV file. But Chugga should be given a benefit of doubt. He at least is taking responsibility for his actions. Many people don't. Like R. Kelly didn't really take responsibility for his actions, or did he? And all that. But at least Chugga did. Say what you want about the Runaway Guys. But they are a great show. They've been a great inspiration to me. And, you know, I love them for it. And Chugga should not be put to shame. That's all I'm going to say, and that's all I want you to know. I don't care what happens with the reaction to this video, but that's just the way it goes. Anyway, I'm Jeff Diamond. Thanks for watching. I do.